Hello everyone, I hope you are doing great. In today's video, we are going to talk about law of demand versus elasticity of demand. So let's begin. Do you know one thing most CA foundation students get wrong in economics? They think law of demand and elasticity of demand are the same thing. They are not. And ICI tests this difference every single time. In the next 10 minutes, I will break both down so simply you will never confuse them. Let's begin. So, what is demand? Yes, what is demand? One second. Yeah. Demand, most of the students think demand means I want something. That's wrong in economics. Demand has three conditions. So, let's check those conditions. First of all, there should be a desire. You want that product. And secondly, there should you should have money with you to buy that product. And third condition is you should have the willingness to spend that money. Suppose you have the money as well as the desire to buy, but you don't have the willingness to spend money, that is not demand. That doesn't come under the effective demand. If I want BMW but I have no money, that is not demand, that's just a dream. Mere desire is not demand, always remember this. Now we will move on to the demand curve. So as per Alfred Marshall, who defined it, when the price goes up, the quantity demanded goes down. If you can see the chart here, the quantity demanded is going down, vice versa. This is the law. Look at the demand schedule on the screen. As the price of ice cream goes from 10 to 60, the quantity falls from 10 cups to 0. Perfect example. And when we plot this in a graph, we get some famous downward sloping demand curve. This curve. Now remember this golden assumption, Ceteris Paribus, that all other factors are constant. That is income, taste, price of related goods. All these factors are constant and only the price is changing here. If income also changes, the law may not hold good. For example, you have a lot of money. For one apple, 1 kg of apple earlier, it was 100 rupees. Now your income level has increased that you can spend up to 150 rupees. So the price of the apple moves to 150 rupees. You will still buy it or you'll even buy more. So that is the reason we in this assumption we have kept the income as constant and it is not changing. Got my point? And other taste preferences as well. We'll move to the next slide. That is moment versus the shift in demand curve. What is moment in demand curve? Only moment along the demand curve, only the price changes and demand curve stays same. That is the previous example. Only the price is changing and the demand and the quantity demanded is moving upward and downward. Like when the price is increasing, quantity demanded is reducing. So it is moment. Once either it is here or quantity demanded is here or here, it is movement along the demand curve. It is in this point itself, my quantity demanded is in this line. But what is shift in demand curve? What is shift? So suppose if this is the demand curve original, shift is basically my income level has increased. So my quantity demanded has increased. My income level has decreased and my quantity demanded has decreased. So that is nothing but the shift in demand curve. Either the shift will be towards the right if there is increase in income or it will be towards the left if it is decrease in income. Shift in demand curve, a non-price factor. Your price is not changing, but other factors are changing like income. I said because of your income, you're buying more stuff. Taste, you like this thing that you end up spending a lot. Population, etc. The entire curve moves left to right. Right side is increase and the left side is decrease. Got my point? Yeah. This part will talk about the elasticity of demand. So the law of demand tells us the direction where it is going. It's movement along the demand curve or shift in demand curve, either it is upwards or downwards. But the elasticity tells us how much it quantifies. Price went up by 10%. Did demand fall by 2% or 20%? That is what the elasticity measures. And the formula is percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in price. Now, there are four types of elasticity, and I will give you examples for all of this. First one is price elasticity of demand. So, example is common salt. Common salt. Salt price, even if the price of salt doubles, you would not buy it more or less. You would buy how much ever is necessary. Suppose it was 10 rupees earlier and becomes 20 per kg. Does anyone buy less salt? No, right? You still need the exact same amount of salt to cook your dal and sabzi, right? That's inelastic demand. Quantity barely changes even when the price doubles. Inelasticity is equal to zero. When the demand is inelastic, the elasticity of demand is equal to zero. There is no elasticity. Got my point? And next is smartphones. If the price of iPhones increases by 20%, majority of buyers immediately switch to other brands, right? That is elastic demand. Inelastic, what is inelastic? Even if the price changes, increases or decreases, there is no change at all. That is inelastic. Whereas elastic is, if there is small change in price, the quantity demanded increases or decreases. That is elasticity of demand. I hope you're getting this. Now, income elasticity. When your income increases, the quantity demanded increases. This, and when your income decreases, the quantity demanded decreases. Got my point? For example, when a family is poor, they consume Bajra, coarse grain, inferior goods. A family's income now rises by 30%. What do? They stop buying Bajra and switch to rice and wheat. Demand for Bajra actually falls. When income increases, the demand falls for Bajra. This is negative. So elasticity is actually negative here. And these are called inferior good. As income rises, demand falls. And ICI likes this topic a lot. And we are talking about new luxury cars. This comes under income effect only. Income rises by 10% in the economy. New car sales jump by 25%. Demand rises faster than income. People take loans, EMIs, right? Elasticity is greater than 1 because people are spending more than they are earning, like cars, foreign holidays, premium packages, etc. So, quick rule, elasticity of demand is negative for inferior good and greater than 1 for luxuries, and for necessities it is 0 to 1. This is the rule. What is cross elasticity of demand? For example, these are fit for substitute goods. Price of coffee rises by 10%. What will people do? Shift to tea. Tea demand rises by 15%. This is one thing. So it depends on the other goods. Closes substitutes. Second example is printer and cartridge. These are complementary goods. This comes under the cross elasticity. So price of printer rises by 20%. Printer price. Fewer prints are sold. So cartridge demand also falls by 16%. So this is how it works. It's linked to goods. Got my point? And then fourth type we are going to talk about is ads. Ads elasticity. It's like depends on number of spending, how your demand is changing. Think Sunsilk, Head and Shoulders, Colgate. Brands doubles its TV advertising budget. Sales jumps by 40%. Elasticity is greater than 1. Advertising is very effective. Why many similar brands exist, ads decide which one you pick. Next one is essential medicines. A pharma company triples its ad spend on a critical blood pressure drug. Patient need it regardless of the demand barely moves. So elasticity is zero because even if you have spent a lot on advertisement, it doesn't matter because people will definitely buy it. Just like salt, when I explained in price elasticity of demand. Elasticity is basically zero. EA. When will the EA be high? Elasticity is high when there are many competitors, lifestyle, product, brand sensitive consumers. And elasticity is low when, you know, necessary or no competitor, need driven purchase when you need. So elasticity will be low, irrespective of anything. But yeah. And remember, unless the question says otherwise, elasticity always means price elasticity. This you have to keep in mind. Got my point? And next we are going to talk about is a chart where we are already discussed and this we have put it in a chart. Perfectly inelastic is zero. Example is medicines. And inelastic greater than zero and less than one. Salt, common food, common necessities basic. And unitary elasticity is equal to revenue stays when price changes. Unitary elasticity greater than 1. Headphones, TVs, many substitutes. One increases, demand for other increases. And elasticity is infinity. It's perfect competition market, large number of buyers and sellers. And then the demand falls to zero. Because there are large sellers that if one seller increase the price, people will go to other seller because they are selling at the normal price. So here the elasticity is infinity, perfectly elastic. Tiny change in price and the demand falls to zero. In elastic demand, what happens? Percentage change in quantity demanded is greater than price. It's that sensitive. And equal to 1, percentage change in quantity demanded is equal to the change in price. Your income increases, to that portion your price, the quantity demanded also increases. And that is the logic behind this idea. Got my point? And so finally, how are law of demand and elasticity of demand different? Law of demand tells you the direction of change, always inverse and price up, demand down. Qualitative has exceptions such as Giffen and Veblen goods, Giffen the inferior goods. And elasticity of demand tells you the magnitude by how much, gives you a number that is 0.5, 1, 2, 3. Quantitative, it gives you the numbers. Elasticity is basically number, tells you the number. When the question says state the law of demand, it gives the direction. When it says calculate elasticity, use the formula and give a number. This is the logic you have to remember. I hope you got this point. So law of demand gives you the direction and elasticity tells you how much, quantification. Got my point? And if this video has helped you, smash the like button. If it really takes a second, helps the channel reach out to more CA students like you. Subscribe for more content like this. Comment below, tell me which topic you want next. See you in the next video.